you need to meet voters where they are. And now, voters aren't at the American Legion. Voters aren't at someplace where you can meet them. Voters aren't at county fairs. Voters are online. And digital organizing is simply using some of the same theories of organizing, but in a digital format. I just want to talk about what you might have been doing before COVID and how you can be using moving some of these tactics online if you haven't already. So for example, you aren't able to go in most states door-to-door canvassing. Even if you can, you really need to make a decision if that's the correct choice for your health, your volunteers' health, and your voters' health. Instead, what you can be doing is digital canvassing, so using virtual phone banks, using texting programs, using tools like Facebook to reach out to voters and have them reach out to other folks. Also events, right? You probably still aren't gathering large groups of people, but you can still be doing virtual town halls, Google Hangouts, and Facebook Live events. Normally we think about network through in-person events. You'll go to a county fair or a Democratic Party and you have your sign-up sheet and you get people to sign up and join your list. And now you need to be doing that through your website, through paid advertising, through phone banking, and trying to move those things that you would have done offline, online. Again, in-person fundraising events have shifted to emails or virtual events, and big donor fundraising, where you would normally be meeting with a big donor over coffee, right? You might be shifting that to more smaller dollar donors raised online, or scheduling Zoom calls or scheduling Google Hangouts with donors to try to make your case. Before COVID, you'd probably be posting on social media once or twice a day on your campaign. That's definitely probably going to ramp up. Instead of meeting in person, you're using digital tools. Instead of working physically on campaign documents together, you're using tools like G Suite or Dropbox. Instead of having a day-to-day office conversation, you should be definitely making sure those conversations are still happening, just in a way that's remote. So this should be Slack or Wicker are good tools for that. And to kind of transition, right? Yes, there's tons of tactics that we would have done. Now we're moving them online. And this kind of falls in a weird combination of social media, owned media, earned media, and paid media. So if you've gone to any of our other webinars, earned media is when you get free press coverage from your event or from your campaign entirely. Owned media is any media you own. So this could be your email list, this could be your website, and in some way your own social media pages are owned media. There's social media, which is where you can interact with folks. So Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. But then there's also paid media, which is where you buy ads or access to folks through these digital platforms in order to communicate your message. Paid media, to be fair, could also be direct mail that you send out. It can also be television ads. It can also be radio ads. But today, specifically, one, digital paid media, I think, is where there's the biggest lack of knowledge around candidates who are running for office, especially for the first time. But two, it is one of the cheaper price points and entries to be able to reach more of your voters with fewer campaign dollars, which I know is where a lot of campaigns are right now. As we're moving more and more things online, the last thing I want to do is to tell you to move things online and then not prepare you on how to keep those things safe. So please make sure there is a step-by-step guide to encrypt your computer. Also make sure you're securing your phones, your tablets, and also web encryption. You need to do this trade-off between security and accessibility, right? If you're trying to reach all your voters, you may need to have your meetings public, but if it doesn't need to be public, don't have your meeting be public. Also, if your meeting needs to be public, at the very least, don't share conference links on public platforms. You notice that all of you got a private email with this link to your email rather than us just posting the link online, which would allow anyone to join.